Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything, and slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English as exploring our world. The human body, a marvel of nature, intricately woven with life's delicate thread. Yet, there comes a time when that thread seems to snap, the heart falls silent, and the breath of life escapes. We call it death, an irreversible fate, or so we thought. In the annals of medical history, there exist extraordinary tales that challenge our understanding of life and death. Cases where the seemingly impossible occurs, where the cold grip of death loosens its hold. These are not ghost stories but real-life accounts of individuals pronounced dead, only to defy all odds and return to the world of the living. Prepare yourself for a journey into the twilight zone of human experience as we uncover 10 of the most baffling and mysterious cases of resurrection. Our story takes us to the bustling heart of America, where in 2008, 59-year-old Velma Thomas, a loving mother and grandmother, suffered a series of devastating cardiac arrests. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, her heart remained stubbornly silent. For an agonizing 17 hours, Velma showed no signs of brain activity. Doctors with heavy hearts informed her family that she was gone. Preparations for her funeral began, a somber acceptance settling over her loved ones. Little did they know Velma's story was far from over. As if guided by an unseen force, she would soon experience a most unexpected return. As funeral arrangements were being finalized, a glimmer of hope emerged from the abyss of despair. Velma, against all medical expectations, regained consciousness. The news spread like wildfire, disbelief and elation washing over her family. Doctors, baffled by this inexplicable turn of events, could offer no concrete explanation for her miraculous recovery. To this day, Velma's case stands as a testament to the enduring mystery of the human spirit, a stark reminder that even in the face of death, hope can flicker back to life. Our journey into the unexplained now takes us to Mexico, where in 2022 tragedy struck a young family. 3-year-old Camila Roxana, battling a severe infection, took a turn for the worse. Despite the best efforts of doctors, Camila's tiny body succumbed to the illness. She was pronounced dead, leaving her parents utterly devastated. As is customary, a wake was held in their home, a time for grieving and remembrance. Little did they know, fate had a cruel twist in store, one that would challenge their understanding of life and death. As Camila lay in her coffin, a sense of unease fell over her mother. Approaching the casket, she noticed something peculiar, a faint fog on the glass. Overcome with a surge of hope, she peered closer. To her astonishment, Camila was alive. Her tiny chest was moving, her breath fogging the glass. Pandemonium erupted as the family rushed Camila to the hospital, their hearts filled with a mixture of joy and terror. Tragically, Camila's second chance at life was short-lived. Despite the best efforts of doctors, she passed away shortly after arriving at the hospital. The circumstances surrounding her initial declaration of death sparked outrage and a full investigation into potential medical negligence. In the tapestry of life and death, there are moments that defy explanation, events so extraordinary they challenge our very understanding of mortality. In 2014, the American state of Mississippi bore witness to one such case, a tale that unfolded with the seeming simplicity of a life coming to an end. Walter Williams, a 78-year-old man, had lived a full life, and as nature took its course, he peacefully passed away in his home, surrounded by loved ones. A local coroner was called to the scene, the pronouncement of death made, and Mr. Williams was transported to the Porter & Sons funeral home in Lexington. It seemed as though a life's journey had reached its inevitable conclusion, a story that ended as so many do, with the quiet acceptance of the cycle of life. Little did anyone know, Walter Williams's story was far from over. The medical community was baffled. How could a man be declared dead, only to return to life hours later? Some speculated that Mr. Williams's pacemaker may have malfunctioned and then restarted. Others suggested Lazarus syndrome, where circulation returns after failed resuscitation. Though rare and poorly understood, it describes spontaneous return of circulation. Walter Williams's revival was a testament to the resilience of the human body. But his second chance at life was tragically short-lived. 2 weeks later, he passed away again at the same hospital. This time, there would be no second awakening. His story remains a powerful reminder of the mysteries of life and death. Our journey now leads us to the year 2013, where a story of paternal love unfolded in an Ohio hospital. Anthony Yall, a 37-year-old man, faced a medical crisis. A heart attack struck him down, leaving him clinging to life. Frantic efforts to revive him ensued, each minute stretching into an eternity. Doctors worked tirelessly, employing modern medicine to restart his heart, yet hope dwindled with each passing moment. After 45 agonizing minutes, Anthony Yall was pronounced dead. His heart had ceased its rhythmic beat. The monitor fell silent, replaced by a chilling flatline. At this moment of despair, his family was ushered in to say their final goodbyes. Little did they know, fate had a remarkable twist in store. As Anthony Yall lay still, his loved ones gathered around him, their hearts heavy with grief. His 17-year-old son Lawrence refused to accept that his father was truly gone. Then, Lawrence noticed it, a barely perceptible blip on the monitor. He alerted the medical team immediately. The medical team sprang back into action. Miraculously, Anthony Yall's heart began to beat once more. It was a testament to the power of observation and the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. The year is 2007. Judith Johnson, a 61-year-old woman, lay silently under the watchful gaze of medical professionals. She had been admitted for a cardiac event. Despite the best efforts of the medical team, Judith's condition deteriorated rapidly. Her heart fell silent. The medical staff performed all the necessary protocols, but to no avail. Judith Johnson was pronounced dead. Her family was left to grapple with the sudden and devastating news. Judith's body was transferred to a private room for final goodbyes, a space designed for hushed whispers and tearful farewells. But fate had other plans for Judith Johnson. Hours passed, and as the Johnson family gathered to mourn their matriarch, something extraordinary occurred. A nurse making her rounds noticed something utterly unbelievable. Judith Johnson was breathing. The woman who had been pronounced dead, whose family had already begun to grieve her passing, was very much alive. Panic ensued as the medical team rushed back into the room, their faces a mixture of disbelief and a strange sense of hope. Judith Johnson was immediately transferred back to the ICU, her improbable revival the talk of the hospital. The year is 2024. In rural India, Rohitash Kumar, 25, suffers a severe seizure. His family rushes him to the nearest hospital. Despite efforts, Rohitash shows no signs of life. The doctors declare him dead. His family prepares for his funeral. His body is carried to the cremation grounds. The flames rise, consuming all in their path. But then, something astonishing occurs. Something that defies all expectations and sends a ripple of shock and disbelief through the assembled mourners. Rohitash stirs. His hand, thought lifeless moments before, twitches. His eyes, closed in the stillness of death, flutter open. The crowd gasps, their cries of grief transforming into a cacophony of astonishment and disbelief. The flames are quickly extinguished, and Rohitash is pulled, miraculously alive, from the pyre. He is rushed back to the hospital, his body bearing the marks of the fire, but his pulse, once stilled, now beating strong. News of this astonishing event spreads like wildfire, captivating the nation and leaving medical experts baffled. How could this be? How could a man, declared dead by qualified doctors, return to life on his own funeral pyre? In the annals of medical history, there are cases that challenge our understanding of consciousness, of life and death itself. The story of Terry Wallace is one such case, a tale as improbable as it is profound. In 1984, at the age of 19, Terry Wallace was involved in a horrific car accident in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas. The accident left him severely injured, his body broken, his mind trapped in the silent abyss of a coma. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Terry remained unresponsive, his life hanging precariously in the balance. Doctors held out little hope for recovery, believing his condition to be permanent. Yet through it all, Terry's family refused to give up hope. They visited him faithfully, speaking to him, holding his hand, clinging to the belief that somewhere deep within the recesses of his mind, he could hear them. Then, in 2003, a miracle occurred. After 19 long years, Terry Wallace awoke from his coma. He opened his eyes and asked, "Where's Mama?" The world he woke up to was utterly alien to him. His story became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The icy grip of winter can be both beautiful and unforgiving. In 1986, in a small town in Pennsylvania, 2-year-old Michelle Funk fell through the thin ice of a frozen creek. The icy water closed over her, stealing her breath. By the time she was found, over an hour had passed. She was rushed to the hospital, her heart showing no signs of life. The doctors, fearing the worst, prepared Michelle's distraught parents for the grim reality. It seemed that hope had run out for the little girl who had slipped beneath the icy grip of the creek. Yet, even as they prepared to concede defeat, the medical team continued their desperate attempts to revive Michelle. They administered CPR, warmed her body slowly and carefully, and waited, praying for a miracle. And then, against all odds, a flicker of life appeared on the monitor. Michelle's heart, silent for what seemed like an eternity, stuttered, then began to beat, slowly at first, then stronger with each passing moment. Michelle Funk's extraordinary recovery defied medical expectations, her survival attributed to a phenomenon known as hypothermia-induced neuroprotection. Her story serves as a poignant reminder that even in the face of tragedy, hope can endure, and miracles, however improbable, can indeed occur. In 1991, Pam Reynolds, a young American musician, found herself facing a terrifying diagnosis, a giant aneurysm nestled deep within her brain. The surgery to remove it was incredibly risky, requiring a procedure so radical it had never been attempted before. To access the aneurysm, surgeons would need to stop her heart, drain all the blood from her brain, and lower her body temperature to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. In essence, Pam would be placed in a state of profound clinical death. On the operating table, a team of surgeons prepared for the groundbreaking procedure. As Pam's vital signs were carefully monitored, the room buzzed with a nervous energy. This was uncharted territory, a venture into the very heart of human consciousness and the mysteries of life and death. When Pam awoke after the successful surgery, she had extraordinary memories. She recounted vivid, detailed accounts of the operation itself, the surgical instruments used, conversations held by the medical team, even the music playing in the operating room. What made her testimony so compelling was that Pam's brain activity had been meticulously monitored throughout the procedure. There was simply no way, according to our current understanding of neuroscience, that she could have been conscious to witness these events. Her case, meticulously documented and corroborated by medical professionals, sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Could this be evidence of consciousness persisting outside the body, a glimpse into the afterlife, or simply a baffling anomaly yet to be explained by science? Our final two stories take us from the specific to the general, exploring a phenomenon so baffling, so profoundly unsettling, that it's known as the Lazarus Syndrome. Since 1982, there have been at least 38 documented cases of what can only be described as a spontaneous return of circulation after failed resuscitation efforts. Imagine the scene: a patient, having been declared dead, suddenly exhibiting signs of life. A faint heartbeat, a shallow breath, a flicker of existence rekindled after the flame has seemingly been extinguished. These are not cases of misdiagnosis, but instances where medical professionals, using all their expertise and technology, have determined that death has occurred, and yet against all odds, life finds a way back. The causes of the Lazarus syndrome remain shrouded in mystery. Some experts speculate about delayed drug effects, the sudden release of trapped air pressure in the chest, or even the body's own self-preservation mechanisms kicking in after a period of shutdown. But the truth is, we simply don't know. The Lazarus syndrome stands as a stark reminder of the limits of our understanding. It forces us to confront the very essence of life and death, questioning what it truly means to cross that ultimate threshold. Are these individuals touched by a force beyond our comprehension? Or are they living proof that the human body still holds secrets waiting to be unlocked? From the quiet bedside of a grieving family to the sterile confines of the operating room, these stories have taken us on a journey into the heart of human resilience and the mysteries of the human experience. We've encountered individuals who have stared death in the face and returned to tell the tale, their experiences challenging our understanding of life, death, and the very nature of consciousness. Are these cases medical anomalies, divine miracles, or glimpses into a realm beyond our current understanding? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere in between. One thing's clear: death, it seems, is not always the end.